And it's Sunday, and we're going to church. Father Seti, can you tell us a little bit about the church we're going to?
This is the chapel of St. Francis Saverio del Caravita. It's commonly known as the Chapel of Caravita, and it is where there's an English Mass every Sunday morning at 11.
Just by chance, we happened to run into John Allen, a very prolific author within the Catholic faith tradition, and this is what happens, I guess, when you go to church on Sundays. You get to run into people like this. So, John, I've got to ask you 3 questions I always ask people living out their vocation. You see, John is living out the vocation of married life, and so I'd like to ask you, John, is there something that you can say that first drew you to living out married life, that really stood out and said, this is my vocation?
Well, you know, I didn't make an abstract intellectual commitment to marriage and then go looking for somebody to live it out with. Right. You know, I met a woman I fell in love with, and that turned me on to the whole notion of making this the path I wanted to walk together with her. I mean, I think that's how, you know, vocations often reveal themselves to us, isn't it? I mean, the kind of, you know, what C.S. Lewis talked about being surprised by joy. I mean, in some utterly unexpected way. You know, the mystery and love and romance sort of reveals itself to you, and you realize with the benefit of hindsight that was actually God beckoning you forward.
Wow. And as you live out, how many years have you been married for?
18.
18 years of married life. Is there one thing that stands out for you more than anything else? You say to yourself, I really, really love this vocation.
Well, again, I want to be clear. I'm not sure I'm in love with a vocation. I'm in love with a person, and then the person becomes the vehicle for the vocation. Okay. You know, what reveals itself to me about marriage every day, I mean, in addition to the constant sort of struggles that go on and the hard work of just keeping the relationship green and all of that, it is really great to have someone at your side all the time of whom you can be convinced of 2 things. 1, this person loves you and will be with you no matter what. And 2, they are going to tell you the unvarnished truth, keep you humble. And when you work out in full public view like me, I mean, those are both very, very important qualities.
Yeah, nice. And the final question, which I always ask, is looking out at some of the young people there who are thinking about their vocation and, you know, wondering maybe about married life or other vocations, is there some advice that you could give them as they try and discern what God's dream for them might be?
Oh, listen, I mean, I think the only real advice is just to be open to the unexpected. I mean, I think, you know, when we're young, we love to cobble together grand designs of what our lives are going to bring. But then, you know, when as the saying goes, life is what happens while you're making other plans. You know, what will happen is that all of a sudden the door that you never expected will sort of swing open. I think the trick is to having the confidence in God's providence and the trust that ultimately this will all end well, to be willing to sort of throw yourself through that door to see what's on the other side. You may find something pretty special waiting for you there.
Wow. Well, thank you very much for doing this interview. It's been a very special time with us and with those following vocationculture.ca. Thank you very much, John.
Great pleasure.